Have you ever wondered why a magician on stage suddenly asks you to pull out your phone and vote on something? Like it is a mini-game show wrapped inside a magic trick. That little poll is not just for fun, it is a tool called a live survey, and performers use it to find out if the crowd is bored, thrilled, or somewhere in between while the show is still happening. Think of it like a heart monitor for the audience, except instead of beeping it, just shows numbers on a screen. The performer glances at the results for 2 seconds, decides if the energy needs a boost, and keeps the whole thing moving without ever saying a single awkward word out loud. Here is the twist nobody expects. The survey is not really about the answers. It is about the timing, because a performer who waits too long to check the crowd's mood is like a chef who tastes the soup after everyone already left the table. You would think adding a phone poll in the middle of a live show would slow everything down, right? Wrong, because the good ones are designed to take about 5 seconds, which is faster than most people take to pick a filter for a selfie. Let's talk mechanics for a second, because this is where it gets kind of nerdy in a fun way. Most of these tools run on something called a QR code, which is just a fancy little square that your phone camera reads like a treasure map, leading straight to a one-question form. Now here is a common misunderstanding. People think these surveys are complicated apps that need downloads and passwords and your firstborn child as payment. Nope, most are just a web link, no login required, because nobody wants technical difficulties when there is a juggler on fire waiting for the crowd's opinion. Vendors who book performers for events actually care a whole lot about this pacing detail, way more than you would guess. A magician who breaks the spell by fumbling with tech for 30 seconds just turned a magical moment into an awkward tech support call. So how do performers make sure the survey does not interrupt the show's rhythm? They build it into the story, like asking, "Should I pick the red card or the blue card?" instead of stopping to explain what a survey even is. This is basically improv meets data collection, which sounds like a 1985 sci-fi movie plot but is actually just Tuesday night at a birthday party. The performer treats your vote like a plot twist they get to react to, which makes you feel like you are steering the ship even if the ending was planned all along. Here's something people do not expect. This real-time feedback loop is not new. It just used to be way clunkier. Back in the day, performers would ask you to clap for option 1 or clap for option 2, which worked fine until 2 people clapped louder just to mess with the results. Digital surveys fix that whole clapping chaos problem, because now every single vote counts the same whether you clap like a seal or just sit there quietly judging everyone. It also means performers get actual numbers, not vibes, which helps them adjust the next 10 minutes of the show almost like a weather forecast for audience mood. Doubt creeps in here for some folks, because they wonder if audiences even want to participate instead of just watching. Turns out most people love being asked, because it turns a passive audience into part of the act, like when you get picked for the front row, except with way less pressure. The bigger lesson for event vendors booking this kind of talent is pretty simple. Ask about their tech setup before the big day, not during it. A performer who tests their survey link the morning of the event avoids the classic nightmare of 45 people staring at a broken QR code while the room goes silent. Preparation is basically the secret sauce here, way more than the fanciest trick or the loudest joke. A 5-minute tech check before doors open can save an entire show from turning into a very expensive game of, "Please just wait one more second." So next time you are at an event and someone hands you a QR code mid-show, you now know it is not random. It is a tiny science experiment wrapped in entertainment. Want to learn more about how we help event vendors pull off shows like this without a single hiccup? Check out our links in the description.